I mean, it is Arabic thing. At least this is a concept that is used from Philippines all the way to Morocco, from Kazan all the way to Cape Town, that geography, although not all of them are Arabic. I mean, their spoken language is not Arabic, but the concepts are intact in Arabic, derived from the Quran. The term haq, for instance, how do you put in other contexts? And here, let's say, Quran, is Quran knowledge or haq? And what is haq then? Haq is truth and reality at the same time. It's not only truth. It's not reality. It's combination of truth and reality at the same time. So when any researcher, when they try to derive some kind of knowledge from haq, from truth and reality, that process is considered scholarly activity. Okay. So this is just.
So what are the challenges of this scholar activity? Were the challenges of the scholars in the past and the challenges of the modern scholar, of a scholar today, the same? How they differ? So what are the challenges of a scholar?
To my understanding, the modern scholar faces a set of unique and unprecedented challenges that previous generations did not encounter, perhaps. These challenges are rooted in a deep epistemological crisis brought about by the forces of modernity, forces of secularization. Here we have to put inverted comma. What do we mean by secularization? We can and the westernization. Here, westernization is capital W here. Kind of like they produce, we consume. That is meant by.
They invented actually a whole science, anthropology, Orientalistics. Only
Unfortunately, or even the scholarly researchers when we are doing, we are always quoting, citing them.
Yes.
Where are we? Why they are not citing us? Like there is a kind of monopoly. In that sense, I said westernization. I don't mean the way how some people are, using it in a lackadaisic way. This, which have fundamentally altered the understanding of knowledge and the role of the scholar. I have a couple of points here. I will go one by one, but quickly. And anyone is interested, I can elaborate further later on, but not in this program. I will just. Number one is loss of the meaning and the purpose of knowledge. Here we have a huge problem. Loss of the meaning, like the one we mentioned just a while ago about the term of academia, how they took it from the history, plugged it into 20th century, late 20th century educational institutions, and they are using it in that sense. So here you are losing the meaning and the purpose of knowledge. Secondly, is also another important point, separation of ethics from knowledge. You see, you have a lot of bulk of knowledge in front of you, but are this knowledge that you are possessing or putting forward ethical? So they try to separate it. The separation of ethics from knowledge is a huge issue that we face in our days. And then you have
Professor, can you give a short example about this?
About the
separation of ethics and knowledge.
If I may give an example, let's say you take a decision because of certain trainings or certain you go and trash the forest. This is simply as one. I'm not going to a higher version of it, but simply as one. Trash the forest. Why? Because you want to have some kind of, you you want to establish some highway, some residential area or something. Do you apply ethics to that kind of study? Whether you are destroying some nature, destroying the climate, and destroying
The
the
world.
environment, destroying the human life, So this is an example here, and the third point here, dominance of an external worldview. You just mentioned it. A lot of things we do, there is a kind of dominance from outside into our research, our practice and activities, There's a huge dominance, We have to balance that dominance, These are the challenges that we are facing. The number 4 is crisis of language and definitions. Unfortunately, we do face this a lot, not only in our Balkans or Macedonia or wherever, the whole world, not only Muslims. The whole world is facing the problem, crisis of language and definitions. And when you try to communicate, although we are from the same area, academically, institutionally, culturally, religiously, we cannot understand each other. So this has created a lot of challenge, because something that I use, you understand it differently. But in the past, it was always, not only in the past about Islamic civilization, I'm talking about any civilization, it had a long-term meaning, did not change. There is no confusion. There is no crisis in the language and definitions, Number 4, this. And I will go quickly, rise of scholarship. We have a lot of pseudo scholarship around. So this is a huge challenge for us, for true scholarship, And then number 6 is identity crisis among scholars. For each I can go, but I don't want. I want to go rush a little bit. And pressures of globalization. This number 7, and number 8 here, and this is the general highlights: institutional and structural constraints. We are facing these institutional structural constraints, which should be taken care of well, So I try to highlight the major elements in front of us.